Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we are going to look at the 4 latest Arsenal news. The first Arsenal news is that Football London has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm Arsenal embroiled in transfer race as contact made for free deal, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of Ivory Coast international and Crystal Palace attacker Wilfried Zaha. Arsenal and Chelsea face a battle to land Crystal Palace star Wilfried Zaha on a free transfer this summer, if recent reports are to be believed. The forward is approaching the final few weeks of his contract with the Eagles, with his future at the club still uncertain at this stage. The 30-year-old has been something of a club legend for Palace, rising through their youth academy before he made the switch to Manchester United. That move didn't work out though, and his return in 2015 has seen Zaha at the club ever since. Despite plenty of links to other teams over the years, the impact the Ivory Coast international has left on the London outfit has been clear, as a mural was displayed at Selhurst Park before the final game of the season. "I wouldn't be here without everyone here," Zaha told the club website. "I appreciate the love, and it feels amazing to be appreciated and get this mural at the place that I call home. Thank you everyone." It remains to be seen if it will be where his future lies though, as both Chelsea and Arsenal have been linked with potential switches. The Blues are looking to solve their goal-scoring problems going into the new season, and a free deal for the winger could help them fix that. The Gunners were rumoured with landing the experienced forward under Unai Emery, but opted to sign Nicolas Pepe on a club record deal instead. A return for Zaha could add quality in depth to the squad as they make their own return to the Champions League stage next season. However, the two London clubs will face competition from elsewhere, as the Daily Mail reports that Atletico Madrid have made contact over the possibility of a deal. The Spanish giants are said to be keen on a move, while Palace are said to have offered a £200,000 per week contract for an extension, with the decision to be made by the end of this month. It remains to be seen whether such moves from the two clubs will prompt either of Arsenal or Chelsea into making their own approach this summer. The second Arsenal news is that Fabrizio Romano has confirmed an Arsenal update, as he confirms Arsenal could sign one of the biggest prospects in Europe for less than £17 million, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of Spain international and Real Valladolid defender Ivan Fresneda. Arsenal have been linked with a move to sign Ivan Fresneda for months now, and Fabrizio Romano has claimed that he'll be available for a very affordable fee. The Gunners pushed Manchester City as far as they could, but sadly for them, they fell 5 points short in the end. A good transfer window this summer could change that next season, and the North Londoners are expected to be very active. Among all the names linked with a move to Arsenal is young Fresneda, who has been branded as one of the biggest prospects in Europe. Arsenal already have two solid right-backs in Ben White and Takahiro Tomiyasu, while youngsters Royal Walters and Brooke Norton-Cuffy are showing real promise as well. However, the Gunners are still expected to be on the market for a new fullback this summer, and along with the likes of Sacha Boey and Joao Cancelo, Ivan Fresneda's name keeps coming up. The Spaniard was heavily linked with a move to Arsenal in the January transfer window. A move even looked imminent at one point, but he ended up staying at Real Valladolid in the end. Now, following the Pucelanos' relegation from La Liga, Fresneda is very likely to leave. Fabrizio Romano has claimed that Arsenal have not bid for him yet, contrary to what other reports have claimed, but the Gunners still retain an interest in the 18-year-old. Fresneda's release clause now stands at just over £17 million. Romano claims interested clubs could potentially sign him for even lesser money in the coming weeks. He tweeted, "Ivan Fresneda's release clause is now available for €20 million, £17 million, after Valladolid's relegation. Confirmed." Sources feel Fresneda could still leave for less than €20 million in the summer. Interest but no bid from Arsenal. Dortmund, strongly interested. Fresneda is a huge talent. The Spaniard, still just 18 years old, possesses immense potential, and under a manager like Mikel Arteta, he could become one of the top fullbacks in Europe in a few years' time. The third Arsenal news is that the Evening Standard has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm Arsenal hope Mikel Arteta can persuade phenomenal player to join them, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup Germany international and Manchester City midfielder Ilkay Gundogan Arsenal are reportedly hopeful that Mikel Arteta will be able to persuade Manchester City star Ilkay Gundogan to make the switch to the Emirates Stadium this summer. That's according to the Evening Standard, who claim that Gundogan is set to make a decision over his future next week. Gundogan has enjoyed yet another brilliant campaign as he played a key role in City pipping Arsenal to the Premier League title. The 32-year-old also bagged a brace in the FA Cup final over the weekend, which keeps City's hopes of a treble well and truly alive. Despite his impressive performances for Pep Guardiola's side, he could end up leaving for free next month as his contract is set to expire. And with Arsenal keen to snap up yet another City player, it seems the North Londoners are hopeful that Arteta's relationship with Gundogan could convince him to make the switch. Arsenal hope Arteta can persuade Gundogan. The Evening Standard claims that Gundogan is yet to make a decision over his future, with his focus firmly on this Saturday's Champions League final against Inter Milan. Gundogan is attracting interest from the likes of Barcelona, while Guardiola wants him to stay at the Etihad Stadium. But Arsenal will hope that Arteta's existing relationship with Gundogan could give them an advantage in the race to sign him. Of course, the duo worked together during Arteta's spell at City and they have already brought in the likes of Alexander Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. The outlet notes that Gundogan remains in talks with the Premier League champions over extending his stay. Gundogan has been phenomenal for City over the years and it's no surprise that Arteta wants to work with him once again. The German international would be an upgrade on Granit Xhaka, who looks set to join Bayer Leverkusen this summer. Yet, it remains unclear whether or not Gundogan will end up committing his future to City. With a decision set to be made next week, Arsenal will at least get clarity sooner rather than later. The final Arsenal news is that several agents have confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm Arsenal want to complete the signing of World Cup England international and Leicester City midfielder James Maddison. Several agents have reportedly suggested that James Maddison is valued at around £40 million heading into the summer window, after claims both Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal want to sign him. Tottenham will be hoping to replace Ryan Mason as acting head coach this week as they step up their attempts to land Ange Postecoglou ahead of the transfer window. Of course, Arsenal also look set for a huge summer ahead too after missing out on the Premier League title, with Mikel Arteta seemingly keen to bolster his options in midfield. Both North London clubs have been linked with a move for James Maddison as the midfielder looks set to leave Leicester. Indeed, Fabrizio Romano claimed last week that the Gunners are interested in Maddison, while Tottenham's interest in the 26-year-old has been long-standing. Now, The Athletic have shared what several intermediaries have told them about the Leicester star. The outlet claims several agents have suggested that Maddison's market value sits at around £40 million heading into the summer window. Yet, they have noted that Leicester could get more for the England international should multiple clubs try to sign him. Maddison was exceptional once again over the past season. Despite Leicester dropping down to the Championship, he registered 19 goal involvements in 30 appearances in the Premier League, but it wasn't enough to keep the Foxes out of trouble. It's no surprise that he's attracting plenty of interest ahead of the summer and he could have the choice between a few top clubs. Do you know the Arsenal news on Declan Rice? You will enjoy this video on your screen too.